let me get in Nivan Sharma. Now, Nivan Sharma, the question that is being raised is also fair. Shehzad Poonawala says, "Aapke yahan bhi raid hui thi." Congress party actually, made the complaint and the charges against you, after which investigations took place. And at that time, of course, you did cry political vendetta, but you cooperated with the law. Both Sanjay Singh ji as well as Arvind Kejriwal ji cooperated with the law. Whatever relief they needed, they went to the court, they got it, and that's the way to go in this whole case, in this whole matter. The question that is being asked, and the moot question is, while political rhetoric can continue, Mamata Banerjee can warn Home Minister can warn Mamata Banerjee if he wants back. That is political rhetoric. I want to ask you, when it comes to the law, can a sitting chief minister walk in, take evidence, walk out? And this is not a party headquarter. This is a strategic agency which does strategy, fine. But can you just walk in into a raid, pick up stuff and walk out as if nothing happened?
Navika ji, we have been the biggest victims of these raids and ED and CBI, and we have seen it all. Our leaders went to jail. Our leaders kept fighting. We kept crying. We kept saying that we have done nothing. Till now, not even a single rupee has been found. There have been thousands of raids. Ask Shehzad Poonawala, what have they found out of 1,000 raids that they made on our leaders? It's been how many years? More than 4 years. Nothing found. And then they say that this is not political vendetta. Why does ED go only in states where there is election? Why the action is only on opposition leader? Why
but then can you?
Rate is less than 5%?
But then can you snatch papers, files, documents, hard disks, phones, and walk away? Respond on that part of the question as well.
Can you just enter anybody's house because he's an opposition leader? And when he joins the BJP,
Pratik Jain and the I-PAC office is not an opposition leader. It is a private agency, maybe consulting with TMC, but it is not a TMC neta. Abhijit Iyer-Mitra, is there a mix-up now? Is Pratik Jain a TMC member? Is he a neta in Bengal or nationally? Are raids on I-PAC to be seen as raids on TMC? That is the question which is being sought, for which an answer is being sought from the Trinamool Congress. Have you got a plain answer?
Look, there is only one evidence of collaboration between state and an agency, and that seems to be the TMC and the Bengal police. And this isn't the first time it's happening either. Like Shehzad said, if it is a raid on a private citizen happening, which happens to affect the TMC, what business do the Bengal police have out there? Number one. Number two, this isn't the first time. You remember there was a Bengal police gentleman who had a warrant out against him. And the same party came out to protest and dharna against him being arrested after a court-ordered arrest. You remember that, right?
So absolutely. Kolkata Police Commissioner.
And now this is in public. Both the videos are in the public domain. Both yesterday's videos and the Kolkata videos from the arrest of the police commissioner or whoever it was at that point of time. So we now have a clear indication of what is happening, who is with who is doing what. That is the first most immediate sign of collusion out here. Second, there are inconvenient questions for the government as well out here. You see, when the ED raids a place, an immediate cordon is set up around the entire building. Nobody should be allowed to taint evidence and things like that. Who was the ED officer in charge of this? Why did he not put up a cordon? Why were people allowed to enter? There is a clearly negotiated procedure. If the police comes and interferes in the work of the ED, why was procedure not followed? Why did the ED not take it to its logical conclusion? All of these are questions that the ED has to answer. Third, there is the further issue that you approach the court with a clear violation that has happened in situ. The court postpones it to the 14th of January, which is a few more days, during which time we don't know what evidence has been taken out. Will it be destroyed? Now, how did somebody know that there is what evidence is there, how it is there? Clearly, somebody from the inside called up and said all of this, in which case somebody, the first thing you do when an IT raid or ED raid happens, phones get seized and all communications with the outside is meant to stop. Clearly, that did not happen. So there are two very serious procedural lapses as well that the ED has to answer out here. But as far as collusion is concerned, there is only one clear-cut pattern. Open on camera, on TV, multiple instances of collusion between a political party and an organ of the government, and that is Bengal Police and the TMC.
Well, all right. Two questions. One for Tausif Bhai, one for Shehzad Bhai. Tausif, you go first to answer the question on the collusion between the police and, in this case, the CM.
Ma'am, see, I don't want to repeat myself. The gentleman asked a very, maybe a valid question, but the thing is that the Chief Minister has done something under her circumstances which she felt like. Again, ED is just following the instruction of BJP. You see the conviction rate of ED, हम किससे लड़ाई कर रहे हैं आपको उसको भी देखना पड़ेगा.
So Kolkata police is abetting and aiding the Chief Minister. That is also an allegation. They are supposed to maintain law and order or collude with somebody who's breaking the law.
See, Navika ji, yesterday also you told me the same thing and I answered the same thing. And I agree with you as well. So if something has happened, the matter has gone to the Honorable Court. The Honorable Court will take its action and course. We don't have to repeat ourselves. But again, if Mamata Banerjee is doing something, we support her. Because those documents was ours. We haven't taken anything. We haven't snatched from ED's hand. And what ED was doing there, of course, I support that gentleman, what he's saying right now. ED क्या कर रहा था तब?
Absolutely, Shehzad Poonawala, please respond. Procedural lapses. Why was there no cordon? If you didn't trust the Kolkata police, then there should have been CISF, BSF, whatever. So many agencies that could have provided security. Why was the ED not in command of the situation? And how could anybody break that cordon and go in and seize evidence, which is being called evidence by the ED?
Let me first address Abhijit's question and then there are a couple of more questions I want to address because I'm not the one like others to obfuscate or to hide away. Abhijit, when these ED raids are conducted, usually the outer perimeter or the outer protection is provided by the local police. In this particular case, given the deep collusion that is now emerging, obviously the ED or the CISF and the other institutions or the central forces could not have done some visible planning which would have alerted the accused or alerted the people who needed to be raided. So obviously there was an element of secrecy. In such operations, secrecy is also important. So you can't go around putting a pura bandobast so that the person comes to know कि भाई कहाँ raid होने वाली है. This is a pragmatic and logistical issue. But having said that, procedural lapse aside, let's assume Abhijit is absolutely right कि ED ने procedurally lapse किया. Can that justify constitutional blasphemy, which is a sitting CM going for a private company using a public office like the police office and then interfering in the ongoing raid? That can never be justified even by procedural lapse. Point number one. Point number two, just 20 seconds more. Aam Aadmi Party has said that we are the worst victims. अरे worst victims हो तो फिर कांग्रेस के साथ काहे आप लोगों ने चुनाव लड़ लिया 24 का? और वर्स्ट विक्टिम्स हो उन्होंने तो केस स्टार्ट किया. वर्स्ट विक्टिम्स हो तो ईडी के लिए क्यों बोल रहे थे कि छत्तीसगढ़ सीएम शुड बी अरेस्टेड बाय ईडी? एंड वर्स्ट विक्टिम्स हो तो बता दीजिए कि आपको अभी तक तो कोई राहत नहीं मिली. ये लोग कोर्ट में इतना याकूब और अफजल और शर्जील और उमर के लिए चले जाते हैं. भाई अपना केस बंद करवाने कोई नहीं जाता. भाई ममता बनर्जी ने तो अभिषेक सिंघवी को एक बार भेजा था राज्यसभा, तो चले जाते और 2 साल पहले केस क्वॉश कराते. बट हाउ कैन वी टुडे एनीबडी एट अंडर एनी सर्कमस्टेंसेस जस्टिफाई व्हाट ममता Banerjee has done? That is the moot question. She does it with CISF. She does it with BSF. She does it with NIA. She does it with ED. She does it with every institution that goes even to fight terror.
झूठ बोलता है हमेशा.
शहजाद
केवल और केवल झूठ बोलता है. मैं तो सिर्फ इतना कहना चाहता हूं कि हमारे हेल्थ मिनिस्टर साहब को, सत्येंद्र जैन जी को 2 साल जेल में रखा सीबीआई ने. 2 साल तक उनको बोला शराब घोटाला हो गया, ये घोटाला हो गया, वो घोटाला हो गया. 2 साल बाद सीबीआई ने जब चुनाव खत्म हो गए क्लोजर रिपोर्ट दायर कर दी कि कुछ नहीं मिला हमें. 2 साल बाद
That is in one case. निवान शर्मा.
अरे वो केस में क्लोजर रिपोर्ट नहीं है.
Truths are not facts. In one case, closure report, but there are many other cases that are going on. So Nivan Sharma, don't be too clever by half. No, half truths.
मांगी
नविका जी,
एक केस में भी माफी मांगी.
ठीक है.
अब अभी
All right. पर आप